I'm never gonna get over how kind of awkward it is that the light of this room sort of makes me look like I have like super duper shadows underneath my eyes. Oh well, it may look awkward, but I assure you that nothing's wrong with me. Yeah, I literally just looked at the score for the game last night, and wow, Green Bay made an epic comeback. I mean, they had to have to win 23-22. Like, yep. I was saying this right now. Um, actually, do the 49ers and the Packers play against each other this year? I don't know. I mean, that would be a good game to watch. I really think it would be. Though we'll have to wait and see about that one. But anyway, good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. Yes, one thing I absolutely have to do is give a major shout out to a certain friend of mine. One I actually saw just the other night, actually. Turns out this person is going back to teaching today. Yeah, this person has a love of teaching, but you're going back to it now, which is so totally awesome. I hope you have a good day. You got this. Me, even though I always say at the end of my videos, but you definitely have my support. So, have fun. If I could give you any advice, be sure to tell your students to make good choices. That's actually that's what a teacher I had in high school said to me at the end of every class, and I think of nothing else. And it really helped me go far in life in terms of, again, being good and making good decisions. So telling your students to do that would probably be good too. But it doesn't matter. You're gonna rock it today. You're gonna be awesome. You totally got this. And yeah, hopefully your day goes well. And if I see you around, well, first of all, if I do see you around, I'm gonna ask immediately like how your your first day of teaching was. I mean, it's gonna be fine. You got this. You totally got this. And I am talking about this way too much. Yeah. So, totally. I mean, definitely had to get that out of the way. Yeah. Wow, that was kind of the important thing I had to talk about, and I have nothing. That's not entirely true. I mean, honestly, I guess in terms of anything else that I'm doing right now, well, for the first time, I'm actually gonna try and make myself my very own tacos. And that's gonna, if I have the time today, that is. I mean, I don't know if I'll have the time today to do it, but I'm definitely going to try, which should be fun. Should be fun. Anything else I want to do today? It's really weird lately. Like, before I go to bed, this is like in the last couple of nights. Before I like go to bed, I really am feeling cold, so I go to bed, with the heat on, and it's not even like an hour later, and like I immediately have to like turn on the air conditioning. Then I go to sleep, and then it turns out that like I oversleep. I'm like, what am I doing? And it's so weird too, because I wake up like so much earlier than normal, but I still can't find myself to like get out of bed. I'm like, no, 5 more minutes, Mom. 5 more minutes. Like that one scene from The Rescuers Down Under, remember that? Where like Wilbur the bird is like, 5 more minutes, Mom. Just 5 more minutes. Like trying to sleep or whatever. Like, that's exactly how I feel. Only 5 minutes turns into 10. Then 10 minutes turns to 20. 20 minutes turns to an hour. I'm like, okay, now I gotta get my behind out of bed. So, yeah. that it's awkward, but it's how it is. And okay, does anyone like? I know it's been like really cold in the morning, but I have like the worst luck with like circulation in my body because for like hours and hours and hours on end, especially in the morning, like my feet are always like really really cold. Just around like my feet and my ankles. Everything else for the most part is like fine. Like I have no idea. For the first time I actually tried wearing like another layer, see if maybe like that helps. So far it feels like it's working, so that's pretty cool. So maybe I'll stick to doing that for a little while. What else is there? Well, it is October 15th. We're halfway through October. Well, almost halfway through October. I think it would be like some point between the next 2 days will be like the official halfway through October. But I gotta figure out what costume I'm gonna wear this year. I don't know. I mean, I could do Super Mario again. That was a fun costume to do. On the other hand, there's one costume I've actually always wanted to try. And, I just need to get let's just say, to pull off this costume, technically to do it right, I would need to have I don't know if this would actually technically count as a weapon. I mean, I don't want to give it away what it is, especially if I'm unable to make this costume happen. But this character carries essentially two weapons. Well, one is more of a house maintenance item, I suppose. The other is most definitely a weapon. And obviously, I don't own either one of these two things. So I guess I'm going to have to make them from scratch. Although, if you do, want a hint as to what I would like to be for Halloween this year, let's just say if I were to pull off wearing this costume, it would be rather groovy. So I'll let you total away in your mind as to what the costume is. Although I may very well just give it away right there. Really is kind of hard to be subtle with what it is. So yeah, there's that. Man. Unfortunately, without cable, and since I drive around a lot, I really don't have that much time during the day to relax. Maybe a couple hours, and then I gotta hit the hay. But it's fun. It's nice. It keeps me busy, which is always cool. Yeah. That let's see what else is there. So, I did mention yesterday that I put a link in the description yesterday's video of how when False Swipe Game did the history of competitive battling, they actually talked about a Pokemon that's a favorite of mine, as well as one I actually would have liked to have seen in the Super Smash Bros. Games, and it was a Pokemon named Absol, which is just so cool because it's basically a dog that can predict that has the reputation for predicting disasters, and that's cool. Plus, that's a wicked horn. The horn isn't on its head. It's it's going the side of its head like a crescent moon. That is awesome. I love that. I love Absol. Absol is cool. And the fact it got a Mega Evolution, that's even cooler. Because it sprouted wings. It looks awesome. And it's dark type, which makes it even cooler. Which is ironic because, it's white, whatever. And, it's like a white dog with a navy blue dog face, whatever. That's so sweet. Love Absol. Absol's cool. Like, if I could have like a Pokemon as a pet, Absol would probably be one of them. So, yeah. Um, actually, one cool thing I would do is whenever I play the Pokemon games, I would actually breed my Absol to know the move Megahorn, which is awesome. Which totally goes with the fact it has a giant horn, which is even cooler. Again, it goes around the side of the head. It's really cool. Let's see. I actually talked about that a little more than I ought to have. So, yeah, that was a thing. Huh. I really gotta go back to playing video games. I really do. I haven't played video games in forever. Man, I'm like so far behind, but I'm able to I used to be like really passionate about video games, and man, I haven't played any Pokemon games in like months or even years. And like I'm so far behind. I gotta get stuff done. Unfortunately, since I'm not very technologically savvy, there's no way I'd be able to like really play them or whatever. At least in a way that, I'd be making like, videos or whatever. Although one group of videos I watch online is from a group called the Runaway Guys. It's from three Let's Players, Chucky Conroy, my boy, Nintendo Capri Sun, and Proton John. And right now they're doing a series of videos in which Chucky Conroy has never played Star Fox 64. Now, you would think that because he's doing all this new stuff, and because he hasn't played before, watching him make mistakes is fun, right? Well, I'll be honest, it's painful for me to watch because when I was a kid, my brother and I completely dominated like all the best games on the N64. And one game I specifically dominated was Star Fox 64. Like, I destroyed that game in terms of like how well I did on it. Then again, I was the kind of... For me, when I played Star Fox 64, when I got really, really good at it, I unfortunately got into the double-edged sword-like habit of being a berserker, where, like, up until, like, the end of the game, I would lose, like one of my wings, and so my, blue plasma blasters just went to, like, the singular green blaster or whatever. So, unfortunately, like, I would never, like, get, like, the best possible score I thought I could get, because, like, without that little extra damage, I couldn't beat a boss faster, and I couldn't get, like, that hit bonus or whatever. I'm like, stinks. But it is what it is. I tried. I think, like, my highest score on Star Fox 64 was, like, I want to say it was, like, 1506. And I was doing, like, the hard path, by the way. Oh, yeah, that's another thing they're doing. When Chucky Conroy can't beat, like, one level, like, Nintendo Capri Sun and Proton John get him back to that level, see if he can beat it again. So, that's really cool. It's really neat. Although, that being said, one thing I definitely can tell you, if you ever are going to try and play Star Fox 64 again, and you want like the best possible score, do the hard path, but do not go to Sector Z. Not that Sector Z is hard, quite the opposite. Quite possibly one of the easiest levels in the game, especially if you know what you're doing. But if you want like a medal and like the highest amount of like hit bonuses, you don't go to Sector Z, go to Macbeth. Macbeth is the one with the train. That's really cool. So, yeah. And obviously, you can find your way back on the difficult path from Macbeth immediately afterwards. Just do that. That being said, though, don't force yourself to go to Macbeth. Get rid of all the searchlights on Zonus. Then choose to go to Macbeth. Then do what would allow you to go to the hard path that finishes off the game. That's what I do. And again, I think my final score was like 1506 or something. Again, I pretty much would get like a medal on every single level, with the exceptions of like, I think I would just barely miss the medal on Area 6. And obviously, because I would either lose my wings, like during or after like the final battle, I would just barely miss the medal on Venom. Such is my luck. Again, berserker mentality, rush in attacking and, don't stop. Although, yeah, again, I would wreck that game. Although, I may have wrecked that game, but to my friend who I just shouted out earlier, you're going to wreck today and you're going to do awesome at your first day back to teaching. Like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button, follow me on social media platforms, turn the notifications on YouTube. I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hoping you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And again, to my friend, starting back teaching again, I hope you have an awesome day back to teaching. And remember, you guys want to talk to channel is going to be here later in the year. Always have your back, take care, and make good choices. See ya.